So I'm going to show you how to make a very, very simple bean stew. Veganism is the thing of the moment, and Greeks have been eating like vegans for a long, long time. If you want to pimp it up and make it vegetarian, you can add feta cheese, but this is the simple recipe to make a lovely giant bean tomato stew. First, you're going to add some olive oil to your pan. I would say that's about 4 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons, and heat it up. But do not let it get too hot, because olive oil becomes rancid once you start frying it. So we're not frying it, we're just literally warming the oil. And to the oil, I'm going to add a red onion that's been finely chopped. Just throw that in there. And you need to give the onion some time to sweat down and to become nice and sweet. So it needs about 5-6 minutes with the oil to come nice and soft. Once the onions are nice and soft, then I'm going to add the chopped garlic, and I've got about 4 cloves of garlic. I like a lot of garlic. If you don't want so much, you don't have to put so much, but garlic is antiviral, antibacterial. If you eat lots of garlic, you won't get colds. That's my theory anyway. So I'm going to put about 4 cloves of garlic and stir that in. The reason I don't put the garlic in at the beginning is because garlic can sometimes burn, and as soon as it burns, it becomes bitter and you won't like it. So just put that in like that, and then lovely. Then I'm going to add some seasoning. If you are a vegetarian and you're going to be putting feta on top of your beans, don't add much salt, because feta is very salty, and so you won't need extra salt. But if you're not going to add feta, then you need a couple of pinches of, I've got rock salt here, like that, and then a nice healthy pinch or 2 of black pepper. I'm very lucky because I've got a family in Cyprus, and they have sent me this beautiful wild oregano. So I'm going to pop that into the pan too and stir everything in. And that smells amazing now. Then I've got some giant butter beans. 1 can is 400 grams. This is just for me to have for lunch, or this is enough for 2. So if you're making it for a family, you need to double up everything. Oh, and my muffins are ready. Oh, it's called multitasking when you're cooking. And you just need to coat those with your onion and garlic mixture. So back in the day, you would get dried butter beans and you would soak them overnight, and then soak them again, and then boil them for at least an hour and a half to soften up. But it's just too hard, and the canned beans are just as good. And now that you can get organic canned chickpeas and butter beans and all the beans, you might as well do that. It's not worth the effort. So that's looking really good. To that, I'm going to add some passata, about 400 grams. And that goes like that. And just stir that. Lovely. And then I've got 200 grams of spinach leaves. Now these shrink into nothing, so you just have to add them to your simmering tomato sauce slowly, and then they will just sink in to the dish. But it looks like a lot, but actually it's going to become almost nothing once they cook down. So you just add those slowly. So I'm going to allow this to simmer for around 15 minutes, but you know you can leave it for longer and actually taste nicer the next day. I'm going to put the lid on so the spinach will become nice and soft, and then it's ready to serve. So this is the vegan version without any feta on top. It's nice with a bit of sprinkle of feta. And in Greece and Cyprus, the way they would eat this dish is with raw onion, some lovely dark wrinkly olives, and some bread that's been drizzled with olive oil.